So yeah, talking about that exclusivity.
Yeah.
About a month and a half ago, I went with my brother-in-law to Watches of Switzerland in Collins Street, and he was accepting a Rolex.
Is there one in the casino as well?
I think so.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Watches of Switzerland.
I know nothing about watches.
And we went in there.
Tell the time.
Don't know.
Hell the time. Bribe people with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we walked in there. The service was so exclusive. What's your appointment? Who's your name? Come to the back room. And we go to the back room. Would you like some champagne? Would you like some whiskey? We didn't even talk about watches for the first 15 minutes of the appointment. We were just talking shit.
What's a watch worth there?
Well, it
Oh, it
depends.
depends what watch you get.
Like,
So if you get a Breitling, it could be a couple $1,000. Like,
I guess that started about a couple grand.
yeah, and then
up to
and then he showed us the most expensive watch in the store, which was $400,000. So it was a full see-through. You could see all the gears and mechanics behind it. It was on a rubber band. I was like, is this really that exclusive? But obviously it is. And again, the same thing as that Ferrari club or this health club is you're going so high up that when you know, you're like, that guy makes money.
yeah.
You're going to sit down and talk to that person. But the service was there. And like you were saying with the Mont Blanc pen, you get that service.
Yeah, you walk in and she's like, I can get you some water. I'm like, yeah, should go sparkling or still? Yeah, I'll have some sparkling. All right, so that bottle costs $3-4, all right, for every single person that comes in there.
they got you
Let's go.
sparkling water at Mont Blanc.
Yeah.
pretty cool.
They do that at most of those really high-end plush brands. You know, whenever I've gone into, like, I know, Tiffany's is the same, Gucci, like all those high-end brands, they do the same thing there. Like, oh, can I get you a glass of water or a drink? Like, yeah, cool. But, you know, little things like that. But at the end of the day, I just, you know, you go in there and you spend $1,000 on something. What's a $3 bottle of water going to do? Do you know?
That's the thing. When you charge the right prices, you can
Yeah.
provide a better service.
Yeah.
But then on the opposite side, you hear stories about how Louis Vuitton staff are trained to treat you like dirt.
What?
So then you've got something to prove, and you're like, I can pay $3,000 for a handbag. I can pay $11,000 for a handbag. And then obviously after a time when you've build rapport, then you get treated like, come here, let me teach you, let me take you to the back room, let me teach you about
You
the
reckon
product.
that's a sales method? Like selling it's not.
Well, it's like Porsche.
I was trying to buy a car once and the guy said to me, this is not the car for you.
Yeah,
And I said, you're a dickhead. Let me talk to someone else.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's true.
I didn't end up buying a car.
Is that the C63?
Yeah. Didn't end up buying a car because we disagreed so much.
Yeah. That's bad rapport,
I got a good
think.
guy in Mercedes if you need.
Do you?
Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks for the tip.
Yeah.
He's a Ford man now, though.
Yeah.
Fucked.
A Ranger.
We're all
Yeah.
Ranger. Have you still got your
I
Ranger?
got my Ranger.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Sick. Let's go. Let's form a club.
Of course. The
Ranger
Ranger
Club.
Club.
The Ranger Club will be exclusive.
Everyone's going to think it's the Ranger Club.
Well, I've got a client actually who is part of that, who's part of the Ferrari Club. I was talking to him about it the other day. He's actually going on a trip, I think, tomorrow, whatever it is. And he's going away for a whole week. Him and his mates in the Ferrari Club are taking their cars and they're cruising. They're going to do however many Ks they're going to do for a whole week. I'm like, that's cool. And he goes, yeah, we're just talking. One of the nicest men I've met in a long time. I said, hey, I'd love to come to this one day. He goes, yeah, look, absolutely. You're more than welcome. And he goes, oh, depending what one you come to, he goes, you need to have a carburetor. Like they've got a carburetor club where they just have the older cars, like your muscle cars and whatnot. And then they have others with new cars. Like he goes, once I took my M3. He goes, there's people there with new McLarens. He goes, it's not just Ferraris. You're in the club and they have heaps of cars. Some people bring Porsches, whatever it might be.
So you got to go into your garage and pick which one of the cars you want for the day.
I'd have to pick which one I want to use.
The McLaren, the Lambo, the Ferrari.
It's hard. It's like tough.
It's a very great problem to have.
It is. But that's the thing, right? And it's... So what's to say? And we've had this conversation a few times. We've spoken about the F1, a whole range of things. And let's just say, okay, cool. He's invited me. He said, yeah, you can come. You need a Ferrari. Said, yeah, no worries. I'll get one. So say I go get a Ferrari now. And I say to him, yep, Mr. Smith, can I come for a cruise? He goes, yeah, George, absolutely. So now I'm part of the club. Who am I driving with? And he comes up, he goes, oh, guys, I want you to meet George. Oh, g'day, mate, how are you? He goes, yeah, George is building my house. Oh, really? I'm looking to build my house in Sorrento. I'm looking to build my house in Turak.
Yeah.
I'm looking to build oh, really? My son wants to build something. He's got this development site. Can you help him out? Every builder he speaks to is a dickhead. Obviously, you're working with Mr. Smith. You must be reputable. How's that?
Yeah.
In one fucking transaction like that, you pay for the car.
Yeah, for the cost of
or
400 or
10 times
500.
over, or 10 times over, whatever it might be. You pay for the car because of the connections and the circles that you're going to be in as a result of your actions. And that's what I've realized, honestly, over the last couple of years, is you cannot do the same shit that everyone is doing and expect to be really good and kill it, because everyone's doing the same fucking shit. You have to do something different. You have to. You've got to do what's outside of the norm. Yesterday, I had a meeting with my whole team. There was 8 of us in the room, and I announced that I was putting on a general manager in the business. Okay, and that was that. Yeah, significant. Thank you. That your reaction says, "What? Yes, that was a significant milestone for me in the business, and it's also something I'm very proud of. Something that does scare me to a degree, because I'm like, here you go. Here are the keys to the city. It's all yours. You drive." And I've thought about it post that moment. And to me, it's like, okay, this is the different, okay? Because I didn't think when I started my construction company, I'm going to have someone else run it in the future. I was always going to run it in my mind. It was always going to be me. And now I've got someone else in the near future going to be running the business and doing everything, all the day-to-day operations, which then allows me to step back and go, cool, let's go do something else. What else do I need to do to grow the business? Where else? What other directions do we need to go in? What other products can we invest in? Do we do more developments? Like, I've got the time to do that because someone else is driving the ship. And that, I think, is the biggest difference with the people who are going through the motions and the people that are ultra successful.
Well, one of the things that I came through this year, especially traveling to so many different countries, I got to speak to so many different companies, people I would never be put in front of. And one of the biggest things is I started implementing the saying that we've got to build raving fans.
Yeah.
And we know where that comes from. But we've got to build raving fans. If you don't have a raving fan, then people aren't going to follow you. But how do you build that? You have to be so unique that people want to hear from you.
Yeah.
People they look forward to that email in their inbox. They don't just click unsubscribe or delete. But you need to have that service that's so good that people want to be around. So when we went to Watches of Switzerland, I'm not a big watch guy. Like, I have a couple of nice watches, some cheap ones that I like, the colors and the pairings. But I walked in there and I'm like, I want to buy a Rolex now because I want that experience again. That was so unique. And now I'm telling everyone about that experience. Now you're probably priced out of the market because not many people will drop 20, 30, 60 grand on a watch. But some people will.
Yeah.
And they'll go to that place because they want that experience. But you build the raving fans.
Yeah, I think it's important with that you got to be genuine and authentic as well. Because eventually, if you're doing it to build raving fans, and you get those fans, and then eventually they realize that the stuff you're talking is full of shit, it'll have the adverse effect as well.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? I've seen that happen. It's happened to me in the sense that I've looked at someone going, oh, you're what a legend. I really want to connect with you. And then you do stuff following. I'm like, you're a dickhead.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not even in the same conversation of what I'm trying to do and who I want to be. And I'm now disassociated with you. And there's that level of balance, because I think sometimes people do you know what it is? They buy into the hype in the sense from a couple of things. Themselves, the person trying to create the raving fans buys into the hype. They start to believe, how good am I? How good am I? How good is this? Everyone loves me. I'm the fucking best. I'm so popular. Look at me. Look at how successful I am. And that's where that person becomes disconnected with their audience who they're trying to help and connect with. And then, yeah, you'll still get those people that buy into the hype, but eventually I think in the long term, it's not the greatest strategy.
I also think, though, with that person was never genuine from the start.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah.
No, most of the time.
That person was always, they bought into the hype because they had to buy into the hype because it was the only thing that allowed them to do it. They had no other driver.
Yeah.
And that's why they bought into the hype, and then it became real. You know what I mean? And it comes back around to buy, and that hurts you more than anything, in my opinion.
Yeah, like as I say, like reputations take years to build and seconds to destroy.
Yeah, and also like,
And I don't want to fall in that period, that hole as well. Like, how good was the conversation when you walked into my office today? Say, this person called me up and said, starts quoting my reel.
yeah, oh dude, I was tripped out. I was like,
cool. But you don't need to have, that's the other thing. People always think, I need to have 50,000 followers, 200,000 followers. I need to have viral videos to have a decent connection with someone. You just don't. You could have 3,000 followers and have really deep and meaningful connections with other people that you've never met before. And then when you actually call them or they call you and connect with you and want to do business, and I've had these people say this to me before in the past at events, they're like, I feel like I know you because I've watched so much of your stuff. I'm like, cool, I appreciate that, man. That makes me feel so nice. Thanks. I appreciate that comment and a compliment. But the trick, I suppose, around that is the same way you don't listen to the noise when it's negative, you probably need to stop listening to the noise when it's positive too. You know, you can't go in there and go, man, how good am I? I love it. I love seeing all the praise. I love receiving all the praise. And then you live off that. And then when you don't get the praise or when you get a negative comment, it's like it brings you right down again. You've got to sort of ignore both of those, the cheers and the boos. Yeah,
it works with the watches as well though. Because like if you go buy a $60,000 watch, right? And then you're like, yeah, look at me, I'm the man, la da da. And for whatever reason, you lose that watch, it breaks, you get robbed, you go in a like bad financial position and you need to move it on. You're going to go from here to...
Very much so. You're connecting your thing with your mental capacity with that object.
Yeah, your self-worth with your net worth.
That's right. Well, that's the other thing I was just about to say. It's like...
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click just over here. Or if you want to watch the full episode, you can click over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and thanks for watching.